EU leaders have been warned the bloc's international reputation could be at risk over Belarus sanctions as protesters continue to clash with the police after the allegedly fraudulent presidential election. The warning comes from Poland's Deputy Foreign Minister Paweł Jablonski, who told Sky News the European Union is at risk of losing international credibility over the Belarus issue. He said, "They do not feel the threats of potential further coalition or subjugation of Belarus under Russia. And we here in Central Europe, in Poland, in Lithuania and other member states, we feel it on an everyday basis. So the European Union has the ambition to be a global power, resolving global conflicts in Africa, in the Middle East, which is of strategic importance of course for our security. But it needs to react here as well because otherwise it will deal with a great blow to the international credibility of the European Union. So I do hope that we will be able to react because this is something that Belarus nationals deserve, that we do not leave them alone." Belarusian authorities on Thursday began releasing some of the thousands of people detained in a crackdown by strongman President Alexander Lukashenko that has prompted the European Union to consider imposing sanctions. Some of those released in the capital Minsk had bruises and described being tightly packed inside cells and complained of mistreatment, including beatings. A spokeswoman for the Interior Ministry declined immediate comment. People outside the Okrestina detention center, some in tears, waited in the hope of gleaning news of friends and relatives inside. Police and soldiers with machine guns drove them away when they got too close to the entrance. The government said that 700 more people had been detained in a fourth night of clashes on Wednesday between police and protesters. Demonstrators say Lukashenko swindled the election to extend his 26-year-long rule of the Eastern European country. Lukashenko, alleging a foreign-backed plot to destabilize the country, has dismissed them as criminals and unemployed people. Sergei, one of the freed detainees, said there had been 28 people in a cell that would normally contain 5. Prisoners took turns to sleep, he said, and were given a single loaf of bread to share out over 2 days. "They did not beat me in the cell. They took me out of the cell and beat me there," said Sergei, who declined to give his last name. But his account could not be independently verified. A new round of street protests began on Thursday with people forming human chains on the streets of Minsk.